Hey weirdos, today we're going to talk about something that I don't know has been said out loud in the paranormal community very much because it seems to get reactions. But it's something to consider because it's something that we face every time we investigate. Are we talking to dead people? Is it the souls, the conscious souls of deceased people who used to be alive coming through our spirit boxes and digital recorders? Is that what it is? These people used to be alive, so now they're talking to us? The thing is, I'm not completely sold on that. And it's not like I'm trying to be skeptical for the sake of being skeptical. It's more that I'm not sure my brain can make point A to point B. Someone lived, so now they're a conscious thing that can speak to the living easily. My brain just doesn't quite have the ability to believe that without constantly questioning it or having some doubts. And I think that that's okay. I don't think this is a bad thing. Like, oh, well, we're not talking to dead people, so do whatever you want. It's not like that. Taking that kind of mindset and thinking about why or what we're speaking to might not be deceased people is just a different way of approaching an investigation in how you speak out loud in the space, how you consider like what you're speaking to, because that's why we ask a lot of the times, what are you, rather than just who are you? Who are you implies that it's a person or something that has a consciousness that can apply its own self a name, much like humans do. But if it's something that's completely outside of the realm of human, so far I think I am still, then why would it have a name? We're the things that give other things names. So asking for a name in like a haunted, abandoned, empty place, is that really applicable if what you're speaking to has no understanding of conscious thought? So why even bring this up? Well, a lot of the time, and over the past several years of investigating, I've started to realize that the interactions that I think I have and I believe that I've had with the paranormal don't seem like I'm interacting with something human. I seem to be having more interactions with a completely unpredictable, baseless, completely startling, sometimes non-responsive, sometimes over-responsive, unseeable aspect. Like, that's as ambiguous and vague as it is in my mind because I don't know where it's coming from. I don't necessarily know what it is. I don't necessarily believe that everything that we're contacting is human or human-based in some way. And I don't know what it wants. Like, there's nothing about a paranormal investigation that can ultimately ever be considered, in my opinion, this is my opinion, safe. Because there's safety, it doesn't even feel a part of it. And before everyone comes to me like, demons, negative attachments, blah, 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 blah. What if you're just in your living room in your house and something like this happens? What's safe? What's safe? You could go through all the safeguards that you think would apply, all the rituals, all the uses of different items. You could call in different people to safeguard against something that you believe is out to get you. But if you're in your own home and you've done all this and it's still occurring, is there safety in the paranormal? I think safety applies to like, will you fall through a floor while investigating this space? And if the answer is no, you have a safe investigation. As far as what you might interact with, whoever knows? Who is qualified? There's people who've done a ton of research and have so many years of experience and they don't know. And that's how I know those people are worth listening to, because they're not telling me it's a dead person. I've met people who are completely, utterly convinced that every interaction in the paranormal has to do with the deceased, formerly living humans. FLHs. Is that a thing? Can we make that a thing? We don't need to make it a thing. But these formerly living humans are apparently, to these people who are convinced, the only interaction. Doesn't that seem a little closed-minded or narrow-minded? Just like a narrow scope of looking at the infinity that is the other side, the other realm, the void, the portal to who knows where, 8th, 9th, 50th dimension. We don't know. I don't know. Wherever that other is, I am not convinced it is full of deceased humans. And maybe that's sad. Like, maybe that's really too depressing to even consider for a lot of people. That's fine too. Everybody gets to believe whatever they want. That's what's cool about this never-ending, unending, curious query of the paranormal. But is it humans? Words come through, words that sound like human, but there's so many different things and feelings and aspects and shapes and visuals and other noises as well that if I don't apply those to a human, they are anything. And I think that's what scares a lot of people in the paranormal, is if what we're interacting with isn't a human, then it's the possibility of that other and not knowing what it is so terrifying to some people, it's easier to think of ghosts as dead people. And I'm constantly stubborn and trying to devil's advocate my way through everything, but this one seems like it's worth it. Per the experiences I've had, like I said, so much of it feels completely outside of any human attribute whatsoever. And if you're like me and you've investigated the paranormal and you've come across this where things that you experience, especially over time, have become so ambiguous into the strange that deceased human as the reason why just doesn't fit, tell me in the comments. Let us know what your kind of investigation and what you gain in your perspective after an experience is like for you. Because for me, I'm not convinced it's dead people. And that's okay. And I think if you think the same thing, you're doing okay too. Just think about it a little differently now and again. It's okay to look at things and go, you know, I don't know if I believe that, and still be a paranormal investigator or an experienced person who's done so much stuff with ghosts, occult, the other, and still like think, oh, maybe it's not people. Maybe I should change my mind. What if I looked at this completely different? So are ghosts dead people? Maybe sometimes. I just thought that I would pose that question to you. If you like this content, be sure to hit the subscribe button because it helps us out tremendously. Hit the thumbs up button and be sure to leave a comment because this is meant as a discussion, so join in. And above all else, stay weird.